Okay, folks, welcome back to another fantastic edition of Opaleye Presents Know Your Pros. And today's guest, we have Karina and Adriana. They are the detail chicks, where attention to detail, it is a woman's sixth sense. You guessed it, they are your Ventura County mobile detailing crew that you should call next time you get a dirty vehicle or you're looking for that woman's touch on your car. Karina, Adriana, it is a pleasure to have you both here today.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hi,
It's a pleasure
hello
to be here.
everybody.
I am psyched. I told you just before we started filming here that you two are both incredibly charismatic and you've got such a great brand sense about your business at the Detail Chicks. It's a company that's very well regarded here in Ventura County. And I want to get a little bit deeper into why it was that you two decided to start a detailing business. I know that you say on the website, hey, when it comes to Detail Chicks, it's not two ladies who are going to show up in bikinis to wash your vehicle. This is a real, reputable, fantastic, woman-owned detailing company that should be taken seriously. And I love that about you both. You make that very clear. But I want to understand why you got started. What was the story behind that?
Well, I'll let Adriana start since she was
I was the one that started it. So I moved to the Los Angeles area to find a job, and I couldn't find a job, and it was during the pandemic. So I figured, well, my friend who is a detailer asked me if I was interested in detailing, and I said absolutely. So he trained me and he got me into the detailing world, and that's how it started.
Yeah, and then she needed a little troublemaker next to her. Not just kidding. Because she was working for a mobile app out in Los Angeles. She said, just come along with me. I kind of wait around between jobs, and I just kind of started helping her out, and I realized that this was something I didn't know I was so good at and that I really enjoyed. I always worked in an office. And I needed a change. I realized just mentally, I wanted to be outside, and this is just how it kind of evolved. Detail Chicks is kind of like, a lot of people say, we kind of started this company. I feel like this company, it's taking its own flight. So it is bringing out aspects of our personality even that we didn't know were there. So it's kind of like we're holding each other's hands, Detail Chicks and us.
Well, I mean, it seems like you have a very yin and yang sort of partnership here. Adriana, like you said, Karina was working for Mobile Watch, which is like a mobile detailing service as an app. And you don't often get a lot of personality out of apps like that. And you turned that idea and that practice into something that was just that much better in Detail Chicks, which is really cool.
Right.
Karina, you talked about like being outside and being in the sun, and now you're not a keyboard jockey anymore. Like I'm the first one to admit that I've got soft hands. I'm rocking in front of the computer all day at running an online business, and that's okay. But why was detailing, I suppose, so appealing to each of you? Why choose that kind of industry beyond sort of disrupting the male-dominated model?
Well, I'll go first. I did detailing as a hobby, and I always enjoyed it. Was a form of, I guess, meditation for me. I love to clean. I have major OCD, so I'm always
She was
cleaning.
A teacher for a long time, so she was used to engaging all the time with children and kids and teenagers.
Yeah.
So it comes natural for me, and so I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
It's like therapy. You were saying
meditation.
Yeah. It's like going to a spa day or something like that.
Yeah, so it came natural for me. And because of the pandemic and my friend who invited me just took me that route. And it was just, it was easy for me just to start and tell myself, okay, you know what? I can do this on my own without doing the app. And I needed help. So I asked Karina if she was willing to help me because I was getting a lot of work, and
They
convinced her.
kept requesting her. They're like, can you send that girl over that came the last time?
Yeah.
Because she was overdoing though what she was supposed to be doing, just naturally, as a woman would, you know. If we saw sweaters in the back, we fold them up neatly and we put them, you know. So I think it was that attention to detail and care that would have clients constantly request us or her. And we said, we can do this by ourselves. Cut the middleman out and start something fresh by ourselves.
I love that. And that's really bold and brave of you to go out and, you know, you both to go out and decide to start your own thing. Especially in a world where, yeah, there are a lot of male detailers out there, and that's not to say that they don't do a great job, but to break into a space that's dominated in a specific way, that's brave. What I love in your asks, Karina, every time I see you at like little networking events that I'm a part of here in Ventura County, you know, you always talk about how, you know, that extra clean is part of a woman's sixth sense, or that attention to detail, I should say, is a woman's sixth sense. And I always nod my head so emphatically when I hear that line, because Lord knows that I do not take into account too much of those details. And detailing is all about the details, right?
Exactly.
I wanted to ask you as a final question here, why is it that somebody should call the detail chicks beyond that extra attention to detail? What is it that sets you apart, would you say, when it comes to the detail chicks?
Our communication from the beginning of the conversation of what they're looking for when they're seeking our services. Our initial question, obviously, what kind of car do you own? What kind of service are you looking for? We always take time to consider what the customer is looking to achieve within a detail. Everybody's different. You may feel like the interior of your car is more important. Someone else may feel like the exterior paint of the car. They want their wheels to be shiny. Obviously, that's all part of the package, but we want to know, what are you focused on? What bothers you? What will you be looking at when we are done? And what do you want to come out at the end of this experience in order for you to be happy? And I think they like that, because like I said, although a lot of those things are included in our packages, we customize them to our customer needs. And a lot of times they say, oh my God, thank you for asking. I never had someone ask me. And sometimes they're like, the whole car, I don't know. And so they kind of get thrown off by the question, but they're very happy that we ask them. And a lot of the women at that point feel comfortable to sometimes ask questions that they wouldn't normally feel comfortable asking a guy, because maybe they feel like they sound a little silly, a little intimidated maybe by asking some questions like, oh, I didn't know that you can fix that by waxing it, or I didn't know that waxing was so important. The way that we explain waxing is, I explain it by explaining skincare. I tell them, you know, the exterior of your car is like your skin. Protect it. First, you wash it, obviously, like you would shower, but then you need to moisturize it. That's what a wax on. Then we need something to protect it from the sun and the elements, from, you know, from the aging process and the fading. And when they see that and they understand that, they feel like, oh my God, I have questions to things I didn't know. I didn't know what waxing a car did. These are things I learned through doing this. So now I feel like I break it down in a way where women and even some men feel comfortable in talking about it. It's not something that I used to think you had to take it into a shop. I didn't know what it was. And a lot of people don't know, and we have these answers for them, and they feel good engaging in that conversation, I guess.
Yeah, the only thing I know about waxing is my surfboard, and you know, a vehicle is a whole other mystery, and finding out about what it all takes is a story for another video.
Yeah, and we, you know, we're professionals. I think that's also the key. We research and we do a lot of product testing. We try different brands, so it's not just the attention to the detailing part. We pay attention to the products that we're using. We want to obtain the most optimum result in taking care of your vehicle, so that you call us back, or in 3 years when you call us back, you know who's been taking care of your car and why certain things have happened or not happened.
Right. Beautiful. Well, you talked about in our last question there, you know, communication and easy booking, and you know, looking at your website, that's you know, abundantly clear that that is the way and the experience that you're going to have when you're dealing with the detail chicks. So before we wrap this up, ladies, I do want to allow for you to tell our viewers where out there they can find the detail chicks. It's an easy name to remember, detail chicks, right?
Yeah.
But you tell us where folks can find you, how you would like to be booked, and when they can get their next service on their vehicle.
Well, you can either call us at 805-394-8833, and that's you can call us or text us, or you can book us online at detailchicks.com. You find all the information there. You can book us online. You can send us a direct email or send us a text right through the website.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, folks, these ladies here are the detail chicks. Of course, this is Adrianna, Santillan, and Karina Soul. They are the detail chicks, Ventura and Oxnard's own, Ventura County's best when it comes to detailing your vehicle. Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Now you're pros.